Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. We are live and in effect on this January the 17th, 2008. Welcome, one and all. Glad you're here. Welcome. Yes, indeed. Silver prices are low today. But you know, with the present crisis, with what we're going to find out later, I think we're going to see more impact from this financial crisis. A lot of these big banks are falling. The housing crisis. Somebody called this just a couple of years ago, back in 2005, a guy named Michael Burry. So I think we're in for some more pain. And I think probably President Bush is going to have to probably do some radical moves here. Who knows? I think he's going to have to abandon the free market in order to preserve the free market. Stay tuned. I predict he's going to announce that. We'll see what happens. The year is young. Here we are, the 17th of January, 2008. And it's an election year, so who knows? The government and politicians will do whatever they can to stay in power, and likely that's going to mean more debt for the United States of America. So pray that President Bush does the right thing, but you know what? I kind of have my doubts. I could be wrong. Been wrong before. I'll be wrong again, but we'll see, because this could determine the outcome of the next election, and there's already a senator that is making inroads on the Democrat side named Barack Obama. So watch out for him. He could win the nomination. We have Hillary Clinton as well. And I think those guys are going to be into it. Who knows who the Republicans are going to nominate? I pray it's not John McCain. That guy is they call him the Maverick, but, he's really just a deep stater. But anyways, we'll see. But the year is young. We'll see what happens. All right, here we go. All right, let's get into the comments here. Of course, that's a little bit of a revisit of history, folks. That's right. It is not 2008. We are here in 2026. You do not need to adjust your televisions. You do not need to adjust anything. But it is a sad day because Scott Adams has passed away, the cartoonist for Dilbert. But apparently he has accepted Jesus Christ as his personal savior, and that's good. So very good. All right. But welcome, one and all. Glad you're here with us tonight. Let's get into some of these comments, see what some folks are saying. I did a video that angered some, well, maybe not necessarily angered, people who strongly disagree with my predictions for gold for 2026. But here, Dennis Seidel says you're correct. Bull runs will eventually end, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the price will collapse. We're in completely different times and circumstances. That's true, but $3,700 is not a collapse, I don't think. I do not think that. But anyways, but that is what I call it here. And Fish Cake Buddy calls for $5,555 for gold. That could happen. We'll see here. Glad you guys are with us here tonight. Appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you for watching the videos. Thank you, Big J. Michael K is here. We got a lot of good folks. Four Wheels from Rob is here. Gas Grill, Mr. Silver Eagle is with us tonight. We've got Julian Arch says, gold is not on a bull run. The dollar is worth less in reality. That's false. Gold is on a bull run. It is in a rally. The dollar is inflating at a rate of 2.7% now. Gold has way outperformed inflation. So that in reality, the dollar is worth less, but not worth that much less. So the gold bull run is really not much to do, not much at all to do with the currency and inflation at this point in time. It is a part of it. It's the bottom underlying part, but the very, very bottom at this point. And if you stay tuned to this channel every day, I talk about the drivers that move the prices. But anyways, let's see here. But we are in a bull run. We're in a rally. And Jim Wem says you'll need an oxygen mask for where gold and silver are headed. All right. So way up to the stratosphere. Okay, here comes a scammer calling us here. Thank you, Tucson Bubba, for that super chat for Sal's Junk Food. Thank you, sir. Here we go. Hello?
Yes, hi, Jim?
Yes, this is Jim.
Hey, hi, Jim. How are you? This is Carlos with Ocean Cat Funding.
Hi, Carlos. How you doing? You're early. That's okay, though. Better early than never, right?
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
Just checking in with you. I see that you said to give you a call. You want to talk by phone, so I figured, let me give you a call.
Yeah, I love that logical mode of thinking. That's neat. What you did is you read the text that said I wanted to talk by phone, not by text, and you process that in your brain, and then you
Yes.
thought, I'm going to act on this.
Honestly, though, Jim, if you want me to be honest, how I was really, processing it in my brain, I said I will only respond to a smoke signal. Send me one.
There we go. I love that. And
You
I like smoke signals too. And
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of
So,
smoke signals and
yes.
entendres and and other forms of communication are great. But what I really enjoyed what you just said is you want to
Yes.
be honest with me. I love that.
Yes.
It's amazing because I really like people to be honest as opposed to being dishonest with me. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, no, transparency is all we're all
Trans.
about.
I'm even a fan. I'm even okay with translucency. It doesn't have to
Okay.
be fully transparent. If as long as I can see partially through you, then I'm
Yes.
fine with that. You know what I mean?
Okay. I understand completely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very
I
good.
agree.
And I
So,
understand partially. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was just looking to see if anything, and what your needs, wants for your business, and where can I be able to help?
Oh boy, that's it.
know?
You're opening up a Pandora's box here. I've got a little
Yes.
I've got a little box right here. It's labeled Pandora on it. I'm going to open it up. My needs and wants for the business. Okay, so I need income for the business. I need to be able to make a profit. And I've got to keep food on the table, and that requires dollars. These Federal Reserve
yeah,
notes.
absolutely. So what are your deposits then, Jim?
Those deposits are what they are is when you take money to the bank and you put it into the bank account, that's a deposit. And I want to make more of those. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to do. We want to make more of those deposits. Now, that's just the first need. Okay. Now I have other needs. Like I need equipment. I need compliant employees. I need employees that are yes men and yes women and yes them, because we allow, no matter what your sexual orientation, no matter how you identify, we have when on the application form we have 91 choices for gender on there. 91 choices, and we need to expand that because we're being exclusionary. We want to expand that to 374 because I just found out within the last week through a very expensive marketing campaign and awareness campaign that there are 374 new genders out there, and we want to cover them all. So we're going to probably need to do that. We need to get our software engineers on it to get that on there because we don't want anyone to feel slighted during this process. So that's going to be that's a need. Okay, those are my needs. Now let's get to the wants. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Here's the wants. All right, we have a large industrial factory, and it's very, very cold in there. I'm not talking about the temperature. The temperature is fine in there, but it's an environment that's just really, it's just very, there's not much decorations in there. We want to put up home interior decorations. We want to put up all the nice pastel colors. We want to actually take our walls and kind of pad them so that we can lean up against them. Sort of like, there are walls now that you can actually pad with cotton fibers and a little bit of padding, cotton in there, so that when you lean up against it, it's got a little bit of give. Plush carpet, the 70s style carpet. We want to cover the place with carpet. That will require, because it's a factory, as you know, it's industrial. We want people to feel at home when they're working in our factory. Because we're going to be processing a lot of silver for the items. That brings me to another need. We're going to go back to the need in a moment. But we need an environment that we can have that makes people feel, when they walk into the factory, they feel right at home.
Warm and fuzzy. Warm and fuzzy, right?
Warm and fuzzy, with emphasis on the fuzzy, because the temperature is actually pretty good in there. We keep the temperature at a steady 73.5 degrees. That's a good work environment.
That sure is. It's almost like a sweatbox.
Not quite. A sweatbox is like 89 degrees or 91.
Okay. Oh yeah. No, I understand. Yes. Okay. All right. So So now let's get back to how much are you depositing a month?
Oh, how many Federal Reserve notes?
How many checks, money, cash, moolah, however you would like.
Bitcoin, lira,
yes, crypto,
euros, cryptomaniacs,
Cash app,
kleptos, yeah. We're depositing about, and wait for it. Well, you probably already know the answer. It's $98,000. That's what I deposit. $98,000, and I think my advisors are going to tell me how much I need. I'm going to wait for that, but yeah, $98,000 each and every month, consistent. It's like clockwork. It's like
How much are you looking for then? Now that's the real,
That's
the
the
next one.
that's the
That's the
cream of the
one.
crop.
The need. Yes. Okay. Now the one.
Now the one. I'm waiting for it here. I need
Yes.
120K with a dollar sign in front of the one. 120K. That's right. That's
So
what I need.
why don't we do this? I could probably get you.
Wait, whoa. Hold on a second. Can I speak to Carlos again?
Yes.
Yeah, we're all here.
I'm here.
Okay,
That's
who's
my
the
point,
other?
actually.
You got to introduce me, Carlos. We're on
I
the three-way here now.
apologize. This is my partner Christian. He was actually just he was with me in the office just now. He
Christian. Now is Christian Jewish?
No.
Christian.
He's Christian. Is a Christian?
Yes.
Okay, very good. I just want to make sure that's clear because I know some Christians that are Jewish. Believe it or not. Yeah. I thought that's an awful odd name for a Jewish guy to be called Christian, right? You know what I mean?
It's the same guy. That's what he meant.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway,
Okay.
so hello, Christian. You and Carlos tag teaming me here. That's cool.
That's right, gangbanging yet.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Is right.
5 and 5.
Yeah.
All right, 5 and dime. I love it. I love it. I like it. I like it a little bit. That's cool. All right. Nice.
So we're gonna get you about 80 to 120K. Send over the bank statements and do the app, and let's fuck.
All right, let's do this. I love the professional acumen here, but let's try this. Let's aim for $120,000 minimum, not the range of 98 to 120. Let's go for that. Let's aim high because it's going to take a lot of padding for the walls and a lot of plush carpet for the and all kinds of even the grips on the machinery. We want to make pastel colors with little hearts on them. And paisleys, the paisley designs, you know what I'm saying? The little paisley things.
Yes.
The patterns.
I understand.
We want to cover. We want to fill the whole place up with it. We want to get this thing going.
Nice. I like paisley. That's nice. That's a good look.
Yeah, I like it. It's a great look. I paid a lot of money for my interior designer. We also got to get the 374 genders added to our application as well. So that's a priority. That's priority number 8. So yeah, okay. But we want to lock in the 120K, so I'll get my girl to fax over some bank statements to you guys, all right?
Okay. Yeah, no problem. If anything, I give you you want to take my fax number down, or?
You text it to me. That'll be the one thing you can text to me, all right? That's the only thing. Just text me the fax number.
You can't email it? Oh, you just you still do fax?
I still do the fax. I'm new school like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm Generation Z. I'm Generation Z. We do the fax thing now.
You do the fax thing. Okay, excellent.
Just the fax. Just the fax, right?
Yeah, just the fax. That's it.
All right.
You got it.
Sister Christian. Hey, does Christian have a sister? Does Christian have a sister by any chance?
Christian no, he does not. He's an only child.
Because if he did, we could say, Sister Christian, now your time has come. We've got to have ourselves a lot of fun tonight. All right. And then we got to sing Motorhead, dun, dun, dun. Saw them live in concert. Dun.
That's right.
All right. Very good. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Have a good evening.
We'll
touch base again Friday, same time. All right.
That's correct.
All right. Correct. Thank you. All right. Take care. Thanks, Carlos and Christian. Bye. Take care. See you. Bye. All right. Here we go. All right. There we go. Nice. Oh, wait. I got a text. This might be him texting his fax number. I'm not sure. I'm going to find out here. Yep. He did it. He just did it. The fax number. Very good. And the thing is, those guys probably are thinking I might be serious. Anyways, okay, let's see here. Early one, we're expecting some others to actually right about now, but we'll see. Ocean Cap Funding. He went and make sure I got the name of the company right. All right, Kerry Tarrant. It may end for gold, but I don't think it will end for silver. Okay, just his opinion. Maybe not. He could be right. I kind of think it's going to end for silver too, but that's just me. All right, let's see here. And let's see. We've got Andrew, 55, thumbs up. Glad I bought some fractional gold this morning. Way to go. Yes. Congratulations on that. Master Blaster says here, silver 10 minutes ago hit $88 an ounce. Amazing price rise in such a short time. It sure is, and it actually got up to $89 and change before it was all said and done. It was crazy. All right, let's see here. Oh, yeah. Let's see. And, okay. Where are we at? Let's get to the next comment and get my mouse back here. We got this coming to us from Maccabees. It says, I think you are off. And that's okay. I might be wrong. But hey, it's just my opinions. First, there is a world awakening. Second, fiat world money will end per the awakening. Sometime in the next 24 months, there will be a huge change how we live on Earth. A bipartisan for good. Well, you're talking about essentially there a collapse of everything, and I don't think that's going to happen. But the number of customers asking for glass versus plastic has doubled in the past 2 years. People buying money is also increasing. Buying honey, a huge people awakening. All right. You might be reading too much into that. I don't think it's anecdotal, but I've not seen anybody heard of any of that happening anywhere. No one is talking about that kind of thing. Maybe in your neighborhood, maybe, but I think you might be the only one, or you might be listening to a podcaster that's saying it. Donald Lee says, let's explore. What is the stock market symbol for gold? What is the highest gold stock market ever, and what is the price? Well, the highest price for gold was, we just saw it. It was over $4,600. And, but it's also, the stock market symbol for gold is, depends on the ETF you're using. GLD, I think, is the most popular. Debbie Wong, strong hold no matter price, drop for gold and silver. There you go. Hold on tightly to your gold and silver. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Down home inspections. Why would gold go down as they print endless fiat that's quickly losing its value? Because it has happened before. It has happened before many times where gold has gone down after they print money. And gold is not necessarily always tied to inflation. It is an inflation hedge over the long run, but there's been plenty of times where it has fallen dramatically. But anyways, Dean R, all right, nice, congratulations. Very cool, yep. Got 4 silver medals. I made a purchase earlier today as well. Somebody was mentioned their order was canceled, so I hope they won't cancel all orders. I called them and they said that it's a processing, but I never got a confirmation email either. Did you get a confirmation email, Dean? Julian House says here, let me get over here to this, says the following. Metals will continue rising. The Powell DOJ indictment means discovery investigations. That will be the catalyst to finally legally audit the Fed. The whole Ponzi scheme comes crashing down. Exactly right. That's true. And I tell you what, yes, Trump has said some things that reasonable people can make an assessment that he's doing this as a weapon against Powell. But they really do need to be investigated, and it is a good catalyst for more reasons than one. An independent audit. I think there is an audit of the Fed, but it's all internal, if I'm not mistaken. There may be an outside agency who's supposedly independent, but where are those records, or where can we see them? I've not heard of anything like that. Valentine's Day, we'll see $100 silver, says Surf San Clemente. Very well could. We'll see. We'll see $100 by the end of the day, said Robert Harrison. Well, I tell you what, we almost saw $90, but we didn't quite see $100. But it could be coming in days based off of what we've been seeing recently. We could see it come in days. I don't know. We'll find out as time goes on. It's a never-ending shock with silver's price movement. All right. Michael Porter, I totally agree with your price prediction, Sal. Thanks. I think that gold is going to hit $5,200 this year, but I don't know if it will drop back down to $3,700 because gold really isn't as volatile as silver. That's true. But remember, $3,700 is still very high for gold, very high. And that's still above the all-time high that it first reached when adjusted for inflation. So, but thank you, says, but I guess we'll see how it happens either way. It's fun time to be in the precious metals market right now. It sure is. And, yes, indeed. All right. River Pike, that's untrue. There's been a lot of posts about that, but that is untrue. I bought silver today, and I think even now you can still buy some silver from the United States Mint right at closest spot, the silver metals. Go to their website. People, I don't know how people can misinterpret that email that they sent out, because they're not saying that they're stopped selling silver. They've not said that at all. They said that some numismatic products will be suspended for a while, or their price changes. You may see that, and some of them have been suspended. Thank God I made a purchase when I did, by the way. Good to see Nick, 540, welcome. Dark Age Metal says, I switched to platinum on palladium instead of gold because it's got too expensive. Yes, but be careful about that. Do not stack palladium and palladium like you do gold. All right, there you go. So you got his confirmation email. I never got mine, and when I called the lady, she was supposed to send it to me the next in the next half hour after I talked to her, but I've not seen it. And I'm going to look again here to see if it's here. Yep, I still have not seen it. My confirmation email. And you got yours just after watching my video, so I don't know. That's strange. But good to see you guys. Glad you're here with me tonight. We're all going to look at the markets here very briefly. And already out of the gate, about 20 minutes out of the gate, silver is up again, $87.49 in pre-Asian trading. The markets have opened up there, up 42 cents, almost a 0.5% or a half a percentage point increase. So 87.49 right now, and gold is almost back up to $4,600 again. So they're on fire again. Silver especially moving up. All right. Very good. So, relatively exciting overnight markets here. Okay, here we've got 19 and 11 FXR with this. Sal, do you believe that the people of the world will reestablish their trust in fiat currency? That would seem implicit in your analysis. Can you clarify, please? Well, no. They're not going to reestablish their trust in fiat currency because none of them, including you and me, have lost our trust in fiat currency. I hate to say it, folks, but we all trust fiat currency. If we didn't, we would not be using it for goods and services today. It's just that we are setting ourselves up with an insurance policy in case it crashes or it continues to lose value. And it is losing value. We don't have trust in it maintaining its value. Make no mistake about that. None of us none of us that are paying any bit of attention have that trust, even those that don't stack. But we don't need to reestablish trust in currency because it's backed by the full faith and credit of the United States government. Say what you will about the United States government, and I do plenty of times, but that means something. And it means something to the tune of about 57-58% of all reserves around the world are in dollars and exchanges, and that's done. So the dollar is still the strongest out there. So of the currencies out there. So, but yes, thank you, 1911. So yeah, don't need to reestablish what's not been taken away, and probably won't be taken. Believe you me, if the people lose trust in the dollar, we're going to know it very, 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 very quickly. All right, let's see here. Let's get to this from William Wolford. I agree, Sal. I think we'll hit 5K this year, but I do not predict a pullback or an end of the bull run. For one, there is still too much unresolved paper and not enough physical. There may be a slowing after it hits 5K, but I see it goes down. It won't be much below $4,500, and it won't stay there long. And we could go as high as 6K at the end of the year. Either way, I don't see either the gold or silver bull slowing until after the midterms, especially with the new tariffs on from China that are it's a pissing match. I also don't think Venezuela was the golden goose Trump wanted it to be, since he left Maduro second in command, running things, and she is just as bad as Maduro was, if not worse. Well, apparently, privately, she's cooperating with us. But we'll see how that plays out. All right, but thank you for your opinions there on that. Willa, we'll see, Sal. We live in interesting times. Indeed we do. You're right, Willa. And we also have this from Avis Liberte, I think from Germany, if I'm not mistaken, where he's from. he watches with the audio dubbing in a different language. We will certainly be able to follow the prices with great interest over the next few years. Unfortunately, at these prices, it's becoming increasingly difficult to achieve one set goals. Now, those who say you should have bought sooner, I say I did buy sooner, but I also have to earn more money first in order to be able to buy more. It's therefore impossible to reach one's own body weight in ounces of silver. Thanks for the interesting video. Auto track worked very good. Well, thank you. Yes, it is. You're right, and it's tough. It all, $300 30 years ago was a whole lot harder for me than silver's the gold's price today. So you're right. It's just perspective and everything. All right, let's see here. Very good. Silver Wolverine is here. Good to see you. Good to see all of you guys with us here tonight. Andrew Clodfelter says this. Bravo. I think you're going to be right. Honestly impressed with the ability to keep your emotions in check on this climb up. Yeah. Well, Andrew, I recorded this video before the rise today. But my emotions were not in check on this evening's video, especially with the deals at the United States Mint. Which again, I think some of them are still alive. And again, people are getting it wrong all over X, saying that the Mint stopped selling silver. That's not what happened at all. Harry Zero, gold holders exist and breathe within a financial environment that know the true value of lead. Lead used appropriately is an insurance policy to defend against those who own only debt. That's true. Harry Zero, exactly right. Littlefoot Silver. What do you feel about a PSR swap? Platinum to silver ratio as at 227-1. Do you think this is a bad idea? Buying a kilo of silver for 1 ounce platinum, dealer will change the swap. Charge to swap. Yes, that's going to be a tougher thing to do. Platinum and palladium are not as liquid at all, so you got to be very, very careful with that. I would just say hold on to your silver and buy a little platinum, as a diversification. All right, very good. There you go. Nice, Rob. That's a good way to put it. Perspective. Every time it goes up $1, it goes up $4,000. That's great. Good to see you guys. Glad you're all here with us tonight as we press on through. I do stand ready for push-ups if the mood is there for it. Mr. Attic Seller says all fiat currencies end the same way, zero. Eventually that does happen before being reborn in a different manner or form, but you're right. That eventually happens. Timothy, I agree with your call of a drop of gold to $3,700. You're one of the few that agrees on this, but thank you. In my opinion, we are approaching a market peak. All right. Yep, I think so too. I think it's going to happen this year. I could be wrong, but I think this bull run will end this year, sooner or later. And for the reasons I mentioned in this video, the same goes for silver. All right. Very, very good. And honestly, a part of me is very surprised it's lasted this long. And we may not even be near in both videos, my gold and silver video, I don't think we've reached the top yet for either market. All right. Let's get this happening over here. We've got to be productive and efficient here. The Caton 132. Most people don't seem to understand that gold and silver bull run has a lot to do with the global instability that surrounds us at the moment. Most people don't know the horror that awaits us. Everything from artificial and general intelligence, World War III, and nuclear threats is all happening as we speak, and gold will continue to go up as the dollar continues to slowly burn away. Silver is going up for multiple reasons, but silver is needed for massive weapon stockpiles that's being built up for the future war. Yep, I think you're right. There's a lot of changes. Changes everywhere, for sure. Technology, and science, geopolitics, culturally, there's changes everywhere. Logic BDJ says this: if gold is currently $4,400, do you really think it could drop to $3,700? Heck yes, I do. I think it could. Yep, easily. It could go way below that, and gold would still be doing great. All honestly, it would take us for one major country to sell off a solid percentage of their gold reserves. You get one country that does that, and gold's going to fall fairly dramatically. Obviously, it's a possibility, and you did state as such. Based on that, why would I buy gold at this point? I'm almost better off getting the profits from silver than converting, or am I missing something? Thanks. Well, yeah, you have to understand, this is just my opinion. This is just my opinion, and it may not happen. It may not drop as much, but you got to understand we are in a bull market. I would buy to hold. Gold is not nearly as volatile as silver is, and the difference between where it is now and $37 is not that great in the grand scheme of things compared to silver and its wild movements. But you have to, whenever I buy anything, I always, gold or silver, precious metals related, I always expect it to drop dramatically within the next day or weeks. Black Cell Agent, hello sir, you were the first channel I found when I started stacking and I watch every video. You're the man. I rock out to every intro and extra. Diamond Fist, well thank you Black Cell Agent, that's very kind of you. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me that you're watching. Appreciate that. Yes, indeed. I do appreciate all the new folks who've come to the channel, and as well as especially the folks who've been watching for a long period of time. I've got folks here that have been watching for, literally, as long as I've been on this platform. Cybercurrent Twitcher being probably the only one, my longest viewer. I believe he probably is, but there's other long timers too. But he stands out, Cybercurrent Twitcher does, and I really appreciate him for sure. All right, but thank you very much, and thank you for your comment and logic here. We got Tori says, with regards to silver, Sal, the very large elephant in the room is still supply versus demand. That's right, exactly. And it is a growing elephant. It's not just a large elephant. The elephant is growing, and that is why my silver price prediction, when this bull run is over, my silver price prediction is actually much higher than I thought it would be when I reasoned it out in my head, for sure. All right, very good. You guys are great. Glad you all are here with us tonight as we keep on pressing forward here. We are dipping in and out of the markets slightly here because it's record-breaking time, silver prices, and silver has moved up again. It's up 81 cents. In the pre-markets opens here. I think New Zealand and Australia. I'll sign up for that website to see the markets that are open. But I believe it's New Zealand, and then I think we're going to see Korea open up soon. But $87.88. It's crazy. It's wild. Very good. All right. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Jorge. I watched my latest video, Jorge. I talk about that in my latest video. 87.88 for silver right now. Gold's about to go back over $4,600 again. And this movement here has now narrowed the gold to silver ratio to 52.54. So we're getting some activity here, pretty wild with silver, even in spite of what's been announced today that I talked about in my latest video here. Lee Derby, I don't think gold will slide back too far due to inflation. Same with silver. It may not. Inflation, though, is the last reason why gold and silver prices are going up. It's only partially. It's the least. It's the least indicator at this point. If inflation were to go to zero, gold and silver prices will continue to go up because of all the other factors. Maria, have a good night. Thank you for being here, Maria. Always appreciate you. Take care, Maria. Joe Sway, yes. Free Persia. The IRGC funds all terror, along with Qatar and Turkey, who love the Muslim Brotherhood and designated terrorist organization, even in moderate Muslim countries like UAE and Saudi. Exactly right, Joel. You hit the nail right on the head, brother. In fact, we should have a new icon, a new slogan here. Let's see here. MIPA. Can anybody tell me what MIPA stands for? Or MIPA. Let's do MIPA. Can anybody tell me what that, and type my name out and type out what you think that means. MIPA. Yes, indeed. Let me know. Type it in the chat here. All right, Richard says here, exactly, Sal, there will be a currency collapse, and that shall be the great American U.S. dollar. Gold shall rule the world. It's been stable for over 5,000 years, and the El Don thinks about is buying Greenland. He should be working and getting America, U.S. out of debt. Well, hopefully that'll be coming. I'm hoping so for sure. All right, there you go. All right, Shama has got it. I think that's the first one I saw it. Make Iran Persia again. Exactly. Make Iran Persia again. MIPA. That's right. You got it. Hoghammer's got it too. Make Iran Persia again. Let's see here. Very good. That's right. That's what we want. Mika, Mipa. Mipa, Mipa. Have a good night, Rabbit Rabies. Thanks for popping in tonight. Well, yeah, make Iran prosperous again, too. That's a good way to do it, yeah. Because it was prosperous before the Islamist takeover. Oh, yeah. All right. And let's see here. Ticked Off says, whatever happens, what we know is this. The value of silver the dollar will continue dropping. That's right. We do know that. Exactly right. And there we go. Silver Honda. Oh, yes. Maybe we'll see. We'll have to see about coming to Florida to visit Mrs. Silver Honda. Oh, man, that'd be a dream. Good to see Hoosier Stacker. Missing the fun show. Well, yeah, Hoosier Stacker. Check out his channel. He documented his journey there to the fun show. All right. And we've got Jeff Shoesmith says, this bull run not even started. We have yet to have the next 2008 moment. It is coming. Sure, there will be a decent pullback, but then it truly will be headed moonward. Another 400% increase by 2030. All right. Well, okay. There's a strong opinion about what's happening. Thank you for your thoughts on that. Oh, yeah. Thank you, J-Mon Lease, for posting a link to Hoosier Stacker's channel. Let's get over here to Silver Honda. I have one of those 10th-ounce gold kookaburras. That's right. I remember you getting that. Do you think I should trade some of my silver for 1/4 ounce gold at the LCS? I tell you what, it may not be a bad idea if you can do it at the same ratio. This might be, especially if you were lower on gold, that might not be a bad idea. If you feel like you have enough silver and you do that, there you go. All right, Tucson Bubba with a bourbon pump. And by the way, thank you again to Tucson Bubba for your super chat tonight. And since I haven't had any others, I feel like I want to do push-ups for you, even though I do a slurp for Tucson Bubba usually. But I might do some push-ups because we haven't had those here lately. So here we go. North Star Stacker. $1 equals 1.4 million Iranian rials. Yeah, their currency is collapsing for sure. There's a currency collapse happening there. Nesmaniac says this. I think if gold pulls back to close to 4,000, then so many will be buying it up that it won't drop any less. If silver goes back to close to 50, the same story with it. We are living in a post-COVID times where trillions of dollars are printed and mountains of debt. Credit card companies are stacking up, and those will be real savings of huge debt that are going always will come into the top. The way I see it, more debt holders there are, the better, the fiscally responsible, and we are in a society of debt. Well, I agree with you in part. The price will go up, but not the spot price, or at least not a whole lot, because the physical market for both gold and silver really is only about, in terms of bullion, is about a quarter, is about 25%. So they're very good. All right. Okay. Oh, thank you, Tucson Bubba. I appreciate that. But I may do some anyway just to get the blood flowing. But thank you, Nesmaniac. Keep on stacking, says Cherokee Cowboy. Thank you. We're going to keep on stacking in the free world. And we've got this Maria. Sal, I love the word Persia. Something original about it. It really is a cool word. Yes, I agree. I had a coin today. Nice to look at. 1944. Hold on to your silver while holding on to your hat. I like to keep things fun. Do whatever makes you happy. If you can hold on what you got, do just that. Exactly. Exactly right. Yes, amen. As I slurp my way through this broadcast here tonight. Good to see you guys. Glad you're here. All right, there's Nez Maniac. He's with us here. Thank you, Nez. Appreciate you, sir. You were awesome. I always appreciate your thoughtful comments and for popping in and for watching the videos. Self-aware, starting to make me dizzy. I don't like dizzy. Money needs to be backed by hard assets. All bets are off. Tarot cards and $5 get you a sandwich at Arby's. Is it true that? Yeah. And I think that's going to be one of the things that is going to lead to a normalcy. We're going to start to adjust to the new system we're finding ourselves a part of today. 5K peak before end of March, okay? It's going to come soon. Early part, we'll see here. Whoa, look at this here. From Michael K. 888. Thank you so much. $8.88. And very kind of you, sir. I think we saw silver reach $88.80. So thank you. Let's do 16 push-ups. Let's do 16 push-ups for Michael K. Very cool. Thank you. There we go. All right. As we double them up for the PayPal. So here we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, because there was 88 cents there. I probably should even do just one more, but hey, maybe shortchanged him a little bit here. Thank you, Michael K. Very kind of you indeed. He sent a PayPal friends and family, and very, very cool. All right. All right. Hey, the True Thrill, 99 cents. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. I'll roll those over for the next one that comes by with a push-up. Thank you so much. All right. Yes, indeed. If we get some more, I'll do a couple for that. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Bill 457 says silver at $88.10 and a high. So far, $89.19. Got an email from the Mint that they're going to revise their prices. Even if you have a subscription, it won't hold the price. Yep, that's right, Bill 457. And you've accurately described exactly what's going on. Thank you. CCT, it has occurred to me that once I took 4 pounds of silver in payment for one of my slides. Now it would only be 1 ounce. Yeah, it's crazy. Wow. Yes, indeed. Yes. I got the, stay tuned, Jorge. I'll show it in a video. You're going to have to stay tuned. You'll have to watch a video for it. Okay, brother? All right. Luke says, the end of the gold silver bull this year, behave yourself. They're just starting lowering interest rates in QE 2 months max before it hits your target. All right. Maybe so. We'll see. Very well could. They would maybe even sooner than that. The daily stock report, $5,200 is definitely believable, especially with the uncertainty in the markets and interest rates. I initially thought $5,250, but I think $5,500 is plausible now. Yes, I do think so too. David Hamtero says, could be a new world order. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. And Sinstack says, or reordering of the world. Let's see here. It says this. We need to keep our nose out of any nation not within our border. No reason for the U.S. to go for world domination. Yes. Well, yeah, and Trump doesn't want to do that. The Greenland thing is I'm not sure about. I understand the thing about Venezuela a little better now. But yeah. And the other thing in Venezuela is about taking advantage of the situation where there was no legitimacy of leadership there. And so we're taking advantage of it to get into a nation that's more friendly to the United States, that's going to benefit everybody. It's going to be for the benefit of everybody what's going on in Venezuela. That was a good move that Trump made and when it was all said and done. And he's got the precedent of the exact opposite viewpoint on the situation with Joe Biden administration putting a $25 million bounty on the head of Maduro. So even the Biden administration did not see him as legit, and most of the world didn't see him as legit. But anyways, yeah, the Greenland thing is a little bit different. Still trying to wrap my head around the logic behind it, but we'll see how it plays out here. B12 says, hey, whatever Sal calls for will double like it did last year. If he thinks it crashes to 60, it will probably go to 120. Well, B12, you didn't pay attention to what I said in the video. You didn't pay attention to what I said in the video about how these things work. Let's see here. Oliver says, I'm not sure it will reach $3,700 per ounce. There's a global instability, inflation, and money printing, plus huge USA debt. Well, we had USA debt as a given, and gold and silver prices rarely rise or fall based off of the debt in the United States. I mean, that's really what we're witnessing now. But still, there's a lot of that stuff, the global instability, a lot can change between now and the end of the year. A lot can change between now and the end of the year. And right now we're we're basically all in the here and the now. We're not looking past it, but I'm looking beyond what's happening today, based off of history. And history is a guide in this case for sure. They say that history may not repeat itself fully, but often it rhymes, and I think we're going to see it rhyme at least to some extent. Dave Nelson, so I should take out a second mortgage in my house and get silver and gold? I don't want to get left behind, thanks. So obviously, no. I think he's being facetious on that. All right, let's see here. PDEX Eddie, the problem with silver gold crashing, though they look bubbly, the odds are everything will crash too, because the very reason they're up is they are the same reason why everything is up. Stocks, real estate, it's all connected to the value of the dollar. As Trump or anyone else, because it doesn't matter who's in charge at the point, if dollars get cheaper, interest rates, they get cheaper in value. If there's a sudden surge in value of the dollars, it screws everything up and prices come crashing down to gather up dollars for a bit. Does metals look overbought? Yeah, a bit, but they will get oversold too. Buy the crap out of them when they do, because the banks will manufacture more dollars to plug in the black holes. That's why we didn't see inflation quick. 9/11, the debt was destroying faster than they could conjure it. I don't know what's going to happen, but just be careful. Yep, I think your last sentence there is key. Just be careful. All right. We've got Bikini Woman. Tom will tell if you're right with gold predictions again this year. Thank you. That's right. And like I said, with the gold predictions, I've been right every single year that I made them. But this was the boldest one I've made. And so who knows? We'll see if I'm wrong. All right. Let's see here. Very good. That's right, Jonathan. It's for financial freedom from digital prison, not financial gain. Exactly right. Yep, Kamala's drunk right now. Exactly right. All right, let's see here. Dennis Niemeyer says here, metals to the moon, Alice. There you go. We'll see what happens. Indeed, a lot going on in the world. Just Sam says, I'm so glad I took the gold envelope challenge. Yes, it's paying off for you big time. It sure is. It may just be 1 ounce, but it's a piece of financial security. Thanks for taking the time to share your wisdom, passion, and knowledge. Well, I'm so thankful that you still have that piece. It is something I hope you will treasure. And because you were able to do it, you worked hard to make it happen. And it's just absolutely amazing, for sure. All right, very good. And let's see here. We got Worcester Video says, I do not believe exchanging gold back to fiat currency, a melting ice cube, is a good idea. The dollar isn't going to go up in value at the end of the year, is it? Nope, it's not. But remember, the price, just because the dollar is going to be less valuable at the end of the year, does not mean that gold and silver are going to maintain their prices right now. For sure. All right. Let's see here. We've got Andy Gene Wilkes says here, I couldn't disagree more. So they totally disagree with me on this. The gold bull run won't end as long as the fiat dollar is still being printed. In fact, it's just getting started. Well, what about what's happened every other precious metal bull run? They've all ended, and they've continued printing currency. And so that's not going to stop. But there's so much more driving gold and silver. People got to understand this. There's so much more driving gold and silver than there is than just the dollar and what the dollar does. The dollar index, the dollar strength, by the way, is very different than the loss of the value of the dollar due to inflation and money printing. But yes, so yeah, people don't make that connection for some reason. But anyways, all right. Daniel, I remember when people laughed at me for spending all my money on silver. Yes, who's got the last laugh now? Exactly. Frederick Bullenbauer says, with all this talk of war and the BRICS accumulating to back their unit, I'm thinking more like 7 to 8K, but who knows? Very well could. The thing is the BRICS, they're far away from having a currency or any kind of relationship that's going to be closely tied. And by the way, I think what happened in Venezuela is a blow to the BRICS, because Brazil is in this hemisphere, and if we're talking about the Don Road doctrine, watch out who they pick alliances with. We'll see here. All right. Oh, yeah, let's see here. Trump seems to have lost his marbles as of late. Well, why would you say that? I think, honestly, his calculation has been risky. There's some risky calculations here, but I think they've been very well thought through. I don't think he's lost his marbles at all. He's just bold. He's just very bold. Steve Parker says, Gulf won't retrace, I think he meant gold, while the Fed are devaluing the dollar by inflation money supply. Actually, again, I disagree, because it's happened many, many times before. It's happened many times before where we've seen the dollar lose value over the course of time, and gold has gone down, and silver has gone down. We see it all the time. It happens. So there's, again, I can't stress this enough. The reason why gold and silver are rising now, the biggest reasons really have nothing to do with the dollar and what it does. That's only a small part of it right now. Very, very small part. Very small part. In fact, I'll stand by my original statement. It has nothing to do with gold and silver prices rising right now, but it is what is going to cause the prices not to fall. I think the inflation factors are the floor of why the prices are not going to fall below what I said, but they're not the cause for it going up now in this bull run. All right, let's see here. Sunny Guns, $3,700 gold would be amazing. $2,700 gold would be even better. I don't see that happening. If it did, I'd buy a ton of $20 gold pieces. Yeah, I know. I hear you. Let's see here. Sal, be careful with these predictions. You had silver 38, then 40 by the end of the year 2025. Goes to show no one knows. I keep stacking, and gold and silver shouldn't be going up any longer. You are acting and predicting naive. Well, Tony Rica, you didn't watch the video. You didn't pay attention to a single word I said in the video. In fact, you misinterpreted my prediction for silver as well in 2025. Yes, you got the numbers right, but you didn't listen to the criteria that I used to make these predictions. So watch again, listen again. People got to actively listen. It's always good to watch all the way through the video before you make a comment like this. And if you are calling me naive, acting naive, I would say it's you that's being naive because you didn't listen and comprehend what I was talking about in the video. All right, let's see here. Donna says this: geopolitical instability will continue to keep prices higher. Exactly. That is one of the biggest drivers, geopolitical instability and central banks holding on to gold. It's not inflation. Inflation is not the big driver right now. If gold levels out at 4K and silver was to fall to 60, the real prices have already been shown for a little bit. So the actual price may not reflect the true worth. And eventually, if there was a drop, there will be a climbing back up to the latter process. Right now, FOMO is playing a part. As long as Trump stays busy with the rest of the world, the prices should remain solid, even if there's a correction at some point. Donna, I think you get it. That's exactly right. Very good. All right. Let's see here. Jorge, I would spend it on hookers and blow. Okay, hookers and blow. Bonnie Laughlin, no way it's going to take 2 years for us to get $120 silver. Sal, come on. Most of your viewers are silver stackers, easily $160 an ounce by the year's end. You better believe it. When we're talking about gold here, Bonnie, it's. I don't think I said anything about 2 years to get $120 silver. Show me where I said that. We're talking about gold in this video, and if silver gets up to $160, fine. That's fine if it does. All right. We've got this. User says the price has been heavily manipulated down for years. Genie is escaping the bottle. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. A lot of people feel that, but there's more than just manipulation going on. Natural market forces are playing a role, and psychology, emotions, big drivers, based off of interpretations of the market, of the world, conditions, and everything that we're in. Kunia, sober prediction. Mine right now is that we will see a good pullback, like 30 to 40%, but I also feel that gold will outperform the S&P for the next 5 years. Very well could. Yes, indeed. That's right. Yep, I try to be realistic, even in my my predictions. I try to be realistic what I think is going to happen. Thank you. Jorge, can Summit Metals arrange to fulfill that order? Maybe so. I'll have to contact them and see if they will, Jorge. All right. Tros Taylor says, gold has been in a bull market since 1971. Sorry, that's incorrect. It has not been in a bull market since 1971. You got to understand what bull markets are. With large corrections, yes. Well, large, long points of stagnancy for gold. I remember when gold traded around the range of $250 to $500. Very little movement for years at a time. That's not a bull run. That's not a bull market by any stretch. Let's see here. So yeah, it's not in a bull market. It was not in a bull market. It is now. Gold and silver. Says here, Sal, the geopolitical is just a cover for the hiding inflation. This is and will continue to be about inflation alone. Well, sorry, I disagree with you, gold and silver. Gold dollar valuations equals 1913 gold price divided by the current spot price, and by less than 1 cent, which means we are buying silver at about a third of the 1913 price. It's a bargain. If you do the same calculation with silver that verifies this, well, yeah, you're using metrics that aren't economically comparable. It's like comparing apples to oranges. It's the same thing with the dollar to silver ratio. Those same type of factors, and the mining ratio. It's the same logic. Mining ratio does not have anything to do with the value of anything. It's like rarity. That's denoting rarity. And I can have an absolute one of a kind silver piece with a very limited mintage of 10 pieces, but if you don't know about it or you're not aware of it and of its value or anything like that, who's going to buy it? I probably wouldn't even be able to sell for spot because people wouldn't know what it is. I can take and spit on a salivate metal round and say this has got my DNA on it, and say it's one of a kind. Spit upon salivate metal round, and I sell it for $100. Actually, never mind. I was being crazy. That would be a bargain if I sold a 2-ounce salivate metal round for $100. If I tried to sell that thing for $500, no one would buy it just because it got my spit on it. It's a one-of-a-kind thing. So, yeah. All right, we've got just to a guy. CME margin hike and change from dollar amount to notional. Should be interesting at in business day. Yes, indeed, that's right. It should be interesting indeed. And the other thing about offering 100-ounce futures contracts too. Bozos demanding that you address the fools like myself who believe it is possible for the gold to silver ratio to go to 15 or lower. It is possible, Jesse J Studios. However, highly unlikely. The 15 to 1 gold to silver ratio is what happened in 1980. 1980 is, I won't say never going to happen again, but highly unlikely to ever happen again. I would almost be willing to bet money we're not going to get to 15 to 1, Jesse J. But we very well could reach potentially 40 to 1. That is possible. Or we could match the 1911 high of 33 to 1. But here is the thing that is why I'm very doubtful that we're even going to get to 33 before this bull run is over. I don't think we're going to get to 33 to 1 before this bull run is over, because unlike 2011, central banks were not hoarding gold like they've been doing since 2022. That has been the main driver for gold's price staying up. And so unless central banks sell a lot of gold, then we're not going to see that tight of a ratio, 15 to 1, which is the last time that it was there naturally through market activity. Otherwise, it was fixed for a long time before that. So that's the difference. So highly unlikely. Nobody should use a gold to silver ratio to place their bets on where silver and gold is going to go. There's enough separation between the two naturally. Obviously, the one consistency is that silver is more volatile than gold. That's always been the case and will continue to be the case. It is the case now. Right now, we are seeing silver climb back up again, up 90 cents now, up 1% here in the last hour. We're in the new, and I think we're seeing Korea open right now. I think the Korean markets are opening, and we're almost at $88 an ounce again. Crazy. And gold is came very close to crossing the $4,600 barrier tonight. So it's crazy. So there that is. All right. Very good. Fascinating times we live in. 87.96 now for silver. All right. Let's get over here. All right, very good. So Stefan says that he thinks $4,000 is a new floor. He'd be surprised if it pulled back further than that. Yeah, you might be right. Jesse J says gold will peak and silver will continue to climb separately from gold. Well, and it could be that. I mean, right now, to some extent, we have been seeing some variation of that, but gold really has been moving up. Honestly, silver's been propped up by gold a lot during this bull run, and then it's been propped up by gold, and it's been slingshotting ahead like an elastic band. And but I think that if gold were to peak and stay there and not move up, silver could go up above it. Sure, that could happen, but I still don't think it's going to be enough to narrow the ratio anywhere near 15 to 1. In fact, I doubt it's going to get even to 33 to 1. All right, for the reasons I mentioned earlier. But thank you for your comment there, sir. And Cybercurrent Twitcher, whatever it gets up or drops back to, thankfully, matters little to those of us who were buying at $1,200 and all the way up. That's right. In fact, if CCT is still here, I don't know if he's still here. Usually it's very late for him, but if he's here, I want to mention something that he told me in a comment. I don't know why this stuck with me, but this has stuck with me a long time. And I was thinking, I don't know if it's going to happen. And it never did happen, but I understood his reasoning for sure, given what was going on at the time. But I'll wait to see if he's still here for this. But he says, I feel for those who have only just woken up to precious metals and weren't paying attention even just a few years ago. Yes, and I agree, but it's never too late to get into precious metals for sure. Never too late at all. But you're right. You're right. It is a little riskier now because we're in the middle of a bull run. But anyways, all right, CCT is still here. All right, so, and by the way, good to see Silver Heist and good to see TM71100. So Cybercurrent Twitcher made a comment, if he doesn't mind me sharing, that he was waiting. I think gold prices were $1,800 or near $1,800, and he was telling me as we were getting close to $2,000 gold again, he says, Sal, I'm waiting for gold to pull back to $1,300, and I'm going to pull the trigger. And I was thinking to myself, I don't know if we're going to get there. It would be nice, and that would be a smart move if you were confident it was going to come back down there or felt good enough that it was going to happen. It never happened. However, CCT has made calculations and adjusted and saved and was able to get gold later with the new reality. So waiting for a pullback, what is that pullback? I don't know, where the dips are going to be. I mean, I made a guess in this video, but I could be completely wrong too. I don't know. But, it's just one of those things. It's a gamble when you're buying. It really is to a degree. This is why dollar cost averaging is key. And so that's why I think that if you do buy gold or silver, if you dollar cost average, it should work out in the end if you're consistent and do it long enough. All right. Very good. All right. Thank you, Cybercurrent Twitcher. Always appreciate you, sir. And JC talking about the CME changing of the margin from static to liquid. That's right. The margin on silver rises 3K or 9%. Gold goes up 5%. Yep, came out. Yep, I talked about that in my latest video. We just learned about it today during the middle of the day, but you're right. Metallica fans, keep buying. Almost 90 now. My guess is for the end of the year, $220 silver and $4,800 gold. Let's see. That's right. Very good. We got Popal strategy. Good analysis from both ends of why gold will climb back or fall. The bull run can't go on forever. Either way, hold your stack with a diamond fist. Amen. Exactly right. And let's see here. And you know what? Let's see here. Let's do this. We're going to do it. We're going to check out here. Let's see what we've got. If we were to shop for silver metals right now, let's see what we've got here. Silver metals. This is the cheapest silver you can buy from the United States Mint right now. And look at that. You can still get silver metals here. You can still add to the bag. $90. There you go. Still there. They've not taken these down yet. So if you want to get a bargain on silver, I mean, the channel is sponsored by Summit Metals, and they're good. But look at that. And they're sold out here. And you can get for just under $100 an American Silver Eagle. And for a 1 ounce Buffalo, $95. Still, you know, but that's where we're at. But look at this. I mean, they're not marked as silver, but they are silver. They're 999 fine silver. But these are not actually marked. That's the only downside to it. But I think they took the coins away. But these are still there. You can get these. Obviously, I wouldn't get these. I wouldn't get the Comic-Con things. Those are way overpriced. Because DC Comics has got to get their premium out of it. But look at that. All of them there. You can add these to the bag right now. What's the McKinley one look like on the back? Yeah, he was assassinated. But it comes with this packaging and everything. Shoot. It's crazy. It's crazy town over there. United States Mint. And gold's up over $88 right now. So we're talking less than $2 premium. It's insane. Anyways. Ryan, thanks for your input, Sal. Well, you're welcome, sir. Appreciate you. I can see a sharp pullback to $3,700 when things stabilize. But in mid-year, I think we'll see $5,200 to $5,300 gold, then pull back to $4,700, $4,900. Okay, thank you, Ryan. That's reasonable. Quite possible. We'll see. This isn't a bull run. It's a reckoning. Well, if it was a reckoning, we would know it. We would be very aware of that if that was the case. And let's see here. Not one AU. Not one gold. All right, it says this here. That's a weatherman's prediction. They have about 5 predictions per day and claim to be 99% right. If gold pulls back to $3,700, you must be thinking fiat is going to get stronger. No, it has nothing to do with fiat or inflation. As I mentioned in the video, it doesn't play a role. And yes, it is a weatherman prediction. In fact, it's an almanac prediction. It's talking about likely scenarios that could happen at one point during the year, as I mentioned in the video. I explained it very explicitly how my price predictions work, which are very different than what others do. I give myself a little bit more leeway precisely because you're guessing months in advance. Although this is the most detailed one I've gone through. Littlefoot Silver. Sal, where will be the best place to get these coins from? Well, right now, some of them from the United States Mint. The Silver Eagles, at least until today, they shut those down. You can't get Silver Eagles anymore from the United States Mint, but you could. Last night, Ominous Rooster says, adrenaline for sure. As a stacker, you need to set your limits and price points that you're willing to buy because the bull run will end. The normalization will be here. That's true. And probably a part of me probably shouldn't have bought silver today from the United States Mint, but I guess it's more just because of the historic opportunity that was in place that will likely never, well, we won't see again. In fact, it would not be surprised if I would not be surprised if we got a situation where the United States Mint does a pricing grid for silver. They very well probably will do that. They can implement that. Silver Heist got uncirculated eagles for $91. Very cool, nice. Congratulations. What years were they? Was that the 24? They had backdated year ones, I think. I think they were 24 or something like that. That's pretty cool. Bill Arrington, I think maybe higher. I don't think it will go that low. Just level off. All right. Maybe all right. Maybe you're right. Maybe you might be right. We'll see. A lot of people feel that way. Cycle Liberal, yep, launched 100-ounce silver. Yep, I did end up talking about that in today's video. Learned about that. It's pretty wild. And Richard Metcalf says here, forecasting prices is fun, but after a decade or two of stacking, I know there are two kinds of forecasters. Those that don't know and those that don't know they don't know. You're correct when you say we just don't know. Exactly right. Exactly right. All right. Have a good night. Thank you, Cybercurrent Twitch. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, $1,800 would be a gift right now for sure. So Cody got his order canceled from the Mint. Yeah, I worry. I called today, and they said the order was still active, but it's crazy. All right. Okay, have a good night, Barbara Rios. Thank you for popping in tonight, Barbara. I think you're new here, so we appreciate you popping in tonight. Thank you so much. All right. We got Daegu. What's so big of a deal when silver hits $100 an ounce? An ounce of marijuana costs more. Yeah. Well, but marijuana doesn't last for sure. But anyways. All right. I don't know when they're going to update pricing, Jorge. I would have thought they would have done it by now. Just update it to a much higher number and then adjust with the pricing grid. But my guess is probably they are creating a pricing grid. That's why it's taking so long. And they're willing to go ahead and sell the stock they have already. And they'll probably have these things in stock, which means they're still making money. So if they have to mint more of them, then that's when they would stop selling them. So I think they're probably going to sell out of this stock. But anyways, let's see here. Yes, indeed. Yeah, silver newt, $91 for 2025 Morgan & Peace dollars at the Mint. It's not bad, but remember, that's 0.859 ounces of silver. It's not a full ounce silver for those. I wish they were. I wish they would have made them thicker to be that. That would have been great, but they haven't. JB, 5K gold 2026, and we'll stay there for a while, in my opinion. All right, good. You might be right. All right, here on the market report for yesterday video, we've got this from Dean. The Federal Reserve is a criminal cabal. The currency is on the knees, beginning to put out of its misery. Someone do the decent thing and pull the trigger. If the dollar has lost 93% of its purchasing power, how long is it going to take for the remaining 7% to get to zero? Yeah, it could take a very long time. Could take a very long time for sure. But it's sped up since 2022, as we saw 9% inflation then, 9.1% back in 2022. Chrome Salvation BMX says here, been watching ratios, finally pulled trigger. Traded a bunch of silver for a 1 ounce ever gold buffalo. Congratulations. Hope you got a fair deal on that. Given the ratio, Steve C says crazy times. $3,700 pullback. I think you're right. It will pull back, but I think 4,000-ish area. Okay, all right. Very good. Thank you, Steve C. So he thinks it's going to be a much higher floor. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Okay. Have a good night, Michael K. Thank you again for your kindness. I appreciate that. Give the missus our best. Appreciate that. And thank you, Michael K. Appreciate you, sir. Have a wonderful evening. Okay. The Tiger Stacker. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. And we're going to do 5 push-ups for you. Thank you, the Tiger Stacker. Hello to you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Let's do it. 5 push-ups for the Tiger Stacker popping in here tonight. He's the man. There we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's it. We got it. We're moving. We're moving on up through here tonight. Oh, yeah. Very, very cool. All right. Let's see here. And let's get over here. Will the markets tire of $40 trillion debt? I don't know. They have in the past when it was up, look where the debt was before this bull run started. That didn't have much impact on the market. So thank you, JM, at least for posting a link to the Tiger Stackers channel. Awesome. All right, let's see here. We've got John Knox says this. We'll look at the markets after this comment just to see where we're at. Says, I bought some gold, silver, platinum, deep yellow, the silver miners today. I see silver hitting 92, then 100. While slow, gold plays catch up towards 5,000. Palladium, I think, now offers the most explosive upside, though I expect a platinum pullback. If the Supreme Court greenlights Trump's tariffs tomorrow, it's probably risk on, so expect the market melt up along with 1 trillion IPOs. Yes, very true. Very, very true. Whoa, Nick 540. Thank you, brother, with $27.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Very kind of you indeed. And very awesome of you, sir. So let's do 28 push-ups for you. Actually, we're going to do 28 curls. Let's do 28 curls. Yes, indeed. Got a little barbell here. Let's do it. Let's do it here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. All right. Very good. Thank you again. Appreciate that, sir. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see here. Let's press on here and see what we've got. We've got, oh, yeah, let's look at the markets again. 88.19 is where it is. Up $1.13 right now for silver. Gold up $20.50, comfortably above the $4,600 range. Again, wild to see there, the markets. We've got random stuff. Tell your viewers that today the U.S. Mint removed all the American Silver Eagle proofs and uncirculated they have for sale for 95 and 91 respectively. Yes, the Silver Eagles I did tell them that. All right, very good. We got Brian Cazo says here, waiting on the bull run to end already? Come on, I'm a silver guy now, but have some gold. Here you go, yes. All right, thank you. And Carl Smith says, I'll do some ranges. I think 52 to 5,500 for gold in 2026 and $105 and $120 silver, $100 to $120 for silver. Okay, yeah, those are believable ranges. I could see that happening. But I think the bull run is going to end this year sometime. Yes, indeed. And I know it may be hard to see now, but this can only go on for so long. Okay, let's see here. And let's see, we got this. Thomas Sanders says here on this video the following. Let's get to it here. He goes on to say, gold has almost no history of pulling back, let alone crashing. World events, conflicts, debt, weak fiats, banks will continue to load up. I predict 6,000 gold by the end of 2026. Sal, to think 3,700 gold is on the table is really extreme in a world full of fiat monopoly money. Well, it's not just fiat monopoly money that's keeping the price of gold up. Remember that. The world is full of collapsing currencies, including the dollar. But Iran is the only one that's really collapsing right now. Others are struggling, and they're struggling worse than us. But there's not really much of a collapse happening except for a few places in the world. The dollar certainly isn't collapsing, and the gold is really measured mostly in dollars. But anyways, I think 6,000 gold is very conservative, and I don't think the world is going to go all Wizard of Oz on us in 2026 because everything points to it getting worse. But remember, Tom Sanders, and I think I may have briefly mentioned this in a video, if a large central bank sells a fairly good chunk of their gold reserves, it's all over for gold's run almost immediately. And a lot of people aren't talking about that, but I've mentioned it several times. And we have seen some central banks sell. I think Russia sold a little bit and got some back, but that was an insinuating circumstance. But nonetheless, that could happen. All right, thank you, Silver Pug. Let's see here. Appreciate you. Rubber City Rebel, a pullback to the 200-day moving average. Yes, quite possible, quite possible. And Belfast has tried buying an ounce in the UK for a little over £100, and with 135 including tax on premium. Yeah, true. It's crazy how expensive it's getting to buy physical silver. One coin over $100 an ounce. Just amazing. Absolutely amazing to think about. All right. Okay, let's see here. Let's press on and get a few more here. This is on the market report here. Kiss Vids. Anyone see Kitco's switch bid ask price this AM to 12 cents at 15 and this PM to 25 cents? Let's see right now. You're right. Wow. Good catch on that. It is 15 cents worth of difference between bid and spot. And we're still in backwardation too. Still in backwardation and a 15-cent spread. Good catch on that. Look at that. There it is. That's a big deal, folks. Which means I think the CME raising the margin to a notional value, I think is going to play a role. They're going to have to readjust, which could be a wild thing, especially with what's going on with the Shanghai Gold Exchange and with China. Wider. It's crazy. Look at this. Man, what interesting times. These are unprecedented times for sure. 15-cent spread. A great comment. Thank you, Kiss Vids. All right. Metal Money Investor. I totally missed that in this. There was so much to report on in this video. I could have gone on and on. I ordered a silver proof Morgan dollar from the Mint for $95 plus $5 shipping. I've been wanting one, so I figured why not before they raise the prices. Yes, indeed. That's true. Very well true. Metal Money Investor. Good point. All right. Very, very good. Let's see here. We've got Charles and Score says here, when it hits $100, it will be a fire sale. You can get 90 to 95. You will be lucky, but it will be a new rocky peak on the way to summit. Yes, very true. We'll see what happens. Crazy. Let's see here. Soon here in the U.S., I'm sure we'll see $100 silver getting ready to close with that premiums. And when that silver to gold ratio dips into the 40s, I'm swapping for some gold. Yes, going to happen, guys. That silver's freaking heavy. All right. Yep. All right. Yep. Thank you for your thoughts on this. Okay. And let us move forward with this. We've got this from Lone Patriot. Lone Patriot. Let me do this. Says, Reserve Sal, I am going to say that the bull market actually rises way faster. I have been trading and the volume is getting crazy. 140 million ounces in just one platform, he says here. Normal days maybe 80 million. Anyhow, I'm going to say in between 6,000 and 7,000 gold by 2026. I have been right on gold. All right. Very good. I too have been right on good. All right. Thank you, Lone Patriot, for your thoughts on that. Very cool. All right. Let's see here. Very good. Okay. And let's get a few more here as we press on. We've got Stephen Higby says, keep stacking what you can now. Soon the little people will be pushed out of the market. Yeah. Fractional silver is going to be, and by the way, it will cost me money, but if I had new dies made, I could do the diamond fist round in half-ounce size. I may do a poll on that to see if people would be interested in it. But I would probably have to do a campaign to get it because I've lost. I'm not making any money on the diamond fist rounds, and it costs me to do the dies, and so yeah, it's crazy. But if I was going to do a half-ounce one, I'd have to probably get some buy-in on that. Muddy Sneakers, U.S. Mint canceled my order today due to rising prices. Well, I've not gotten a cancellation order. I've not gotten an email back. I might call them tomorrow to make sure mine's still there, but sorry about that. Good to see you. America First. Welcome. Good to see you. By the way, America First is been listed in the new book by Silver Slayer. How honor. Very cool. Novos Ko Mundi. I'm waiting for gold to silver ratio to get to 30. You might be waiting a while. I don't think that's going to happen. I guess it could, but and why? Chinese AI guy ventured into Canadian politics. He infers Canucasism is a superpower. For F's sake, the PM is currently traveling to China. Well, yeah, it's being exposed. Those myriad channels are being exposed. Have a good night. Thank you, Jorge. Opportunity at the U.S. Mint. Yeah, there you go. You're able to get points too. That's right. That's a good point about the credit card points for sure. All right, very cool. All right. Yes, indeed. Let's see here. We've got Greg Johnson says being excited about this stuff is going up is getting exciting over being in a car wreck, so you can just get to use your automotive insurance. Regardless, it's not good news for the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar is going to continue to lose value on its own merit. Most of the bull run is operating outside of that. But remember, that's what's going to provide the floor for silver and gold. Part of the floor, by the way, on the other end of this. All right. Dude Cat says platinum is looking really pretty good at these exciting times. To say the least, hold on tight, my fellow stackers. Hold on to winners so that they have to do what the losers do what they're going to do. That's right. I'm glad I bought platinum when I did. I'm very bullish on platinum. Still think it's got room to move. For sure. All right. Let's see here. What we have pressing on here. Hook of Fish, my favorite coin shop won't even open the door. They're not selling and I'm not buying. I needed to buy a couple more ounces, but was also thinking of selling some maybe. But can't do either or. Yeah, it's tough. Some places are shutting down temporarily to process orders that they bought. And other factors. But let's see here. Richard Metcalf, I took advantage of the mint for a change. It's usually the other way around. Exactly. Usually they're taking advantage of you. Exactly right. It's one of the reasons why I did it. AM, this is great news. I bought silver yesterday and today I bought 10 eagles to celebrate. All right. Congratulations. All right. Very good. All right, folks. I think we've run to the end of the broadcast here tonight. There's where the prices stand right now. 88.41. We're getting close to 49 again. It's up over 1.56%, even with the new margin rules in place, the new CME rules on 100-ounce contracts, and also with the notional percentage increases. And so there it is. And by the way, I did buy some silver today, a little bit of silver today. I'm going to show that in tomorrow's video. So I hope you will stay tuned for tomorrow's video. And if you're not subscribed, I hope you will consider subscribing. I appreciate you guys. Thanks, everything, all of you all. You're amazing. And we will see you on Friday. So that being said, I'm going to leave you with this sage piece of advice. And that is to keep your feet on the stars and keep reaching for the ground. Have a good night, all. Take care. See ya.